Page 6 now, liberal knee-jerk response to a deadly mass shooting in Virginia. The governor there is now calling for a special session of the legislature for the purpose of undermining the Second Amendment. This following the tragedy last week where a maniac, former public employee, shot and killed 11 of his co-workers and one bystander.
This weekend's tragedy, as well as the tragedies that happen every day across Virginia, must instill in us a new level of urgency to act. If we can save one life because we act it now, it is worth it. And so, by the power vested in me by Article 4, Section 6, and Article 5, Section 5 of the Constitution of Virginia, I will summon the members of the Senate and the House of Delegates to meet in special session for the purpose of passing common sense public safety laws. I will be asking for votes and laws, not thoughts and prayers. And I ask that the members of the General Assembly engage in an open and transparent debate, and that the bills brought before the legislature are put to a vote by the entire General Assembly.
So look for that special session aimed at taking away the gun rights of innocent Virginians a little later this month, even if it will do nothing to stop killers from killing. Joining me now from Reston, Virginia, from the Media Research Center, Director of MRC-TV, Eric Scheiner. Eric, I love it. This governor comes out. Remember, this is the same guy who is abortion on demand, third trimester. He's talking about saving just one life with a gun. How about this, Governor? How about you save one life by not sucking it down a drain? Just an idea. But, you know, overall, when you look at this, I think the Chief of Staff, the White House Chief of Staff, acting White House Chief of Staff, hit the nail on the head. And that, when he talked about this, and that is what I've been saying on this program ad nauseum, and that is, if someone wants to kill, they're gonna kill.
Yeah, Mick Mulvaney telling the media, you know, there are laws against murder in this country, but people still break them. There are laws against homicide in this country, but people still break them. You look at places like Chicago, who had over 50 shootings this weekend. Chicago has plenty of laws against guns. This, you know, this doesn't protect anybody. The problem when you look at the thing rather than the person that is wielding it in the attack and punishing the thing and the owners of the thing is it gets ridiculous. Look what happened in England. First they have the gun ban, then they ban knives a certain length, and now you can't buy milkshakes before political events because, you know, we need to ban the milkshake so they don't get thrown at politicians. Because it's the milkshake. You know, no one imagined milkshakes of this kind of calorie capacity. Right. It's ridiculous. They ban the thing, they don't punish the person perpetrating the crime, and this is the problem with this type of legislation. And you mentioned Virginia Governor Northam. Exactly, the advocate of infanticide cares about, you know, saving, if it just saves one person. Interesting thing for him to say. Yes,
Very interesting. And also interesting is the Obama FBI. And, you know, there's more and more evidence coming out, so dirty, so hyper-partisan, especially when it came to this phony, biased, Comey-led investigation of Hillary Clinton and her violation of the Espionage Act, which was not pursued by Comey. But this guy, James Baker, the former general counsel, he's got his fingerprints all over this stuff.
This is interesting. This recently came out through a group of FOIA requests by the organization Judicial Watch. They got a lot of the Peter Strzok and Lisa Page Lovebird texts. And guess what? They found out, you're right, that Baker had agreed with the Clinton lawyers to let them know about when the interviews of the Clinton staff, when that information was going to get released to the public. You know, that way I guess they could get ahead of it. They don't say that clearly, but he was willing to, you know, let them know that this information would be coming out soon. Also found out in this particular group of FOIA requests that was announced this week is that 4 of the Clinton staffers that were interviewed by the FBI, there's no record. We don't have transcripts. We have no idea what they said. It's in the ether. So this case was handled the Hillary Clinton case was handled rather interestingly, which is something we all thought for some time.
Now, the House Majority Whip, this would be a Democrat, is saying what I've been saying on this program for many weeks now, and that is impeachment's already underway. It may not be an official constitutional process, but the Democrats don't care because they have their willing accomplices in the mainstream media. This is an electronic impeachment that's happening right now.
Well, the problem with what James Clyburn had to say is, impeachment is already underway, and then the next day he decides to clarify it by walking it back. We're going to find out what our committees, I'm not going to get ahead of the committees, we're going to find out what these investigations say. They're treating it like Obamacare. They're going to pass it before they find out what's in it.
Right.
Clearly, he says the only reason they're waiting on impeachment right now is because the public, needs to know everything and be informed about why this is being done. I think everybody completely understands partisan politics.
Yeah, no, they are waiting for the polls to shift, and they keep looking at the polling to see if the American people have the stomach for it, and right now the American people do not. Eric, thanks.